Hello, I thought this old covered bridge made an interesting backdrop. Given the contrast in cultures and times that we see, we do indeed live in different times. And as you see behind me, we have some rather urban type graffiti. And what I would say is that there are different cultures, of course, and we're being told in Vermont that ours is very terrible, that it's a white supremacist culture. Really, we're a proud tradition of agriculture, and we are not without our racists in our history, but we are not without our heroes who fought against racism as well. And it seems awfully unfair to characterize our ancestors in only one fashion. It's also just not true. And we've been writing about this, and we've been talking about this, and we need to talk about this more because it is an evident colonizing degradation of Vermonters in their culture that is going on. And we must stand up and say that we don't want to have our culture destroyed by denigration like Eskimos or Abenakis. We like our heritage. We've been here for a couple hundred years. And no, we didn't steal the land from others. And that's something you have to research proper history to understand. This land was largely colonized. Yes, it was largely open woodland. And many generations of mostly white Vermonters were doing the hard work to clear that land and make it an agricultural breadbasket for North America, well, particularly New England, and also contributed very heavily, very strongly in life and treasure in the Civil War. So we are not a one-colored state simply because we are majority white. And furthermore, it is wrong to say that we need to make Vermont diversified. When they talk about multiculturalism, they are talking about destroying this one, defacing our bridges and our farms and everything else to bring in urbanism and all the modern music and all the great things that we all must embrace. How do you preserve any culture, a Japanese culture, a Scottish culture, if you disintegrate it with all other cultures? That is the multiculturalist destruction that's going on in Vermont right now that T.S. Eliot warned us about in The Wasteland and many other great minds. So let us be proud of our culture. It doesn't mean it's without its blemishes. It means it's not defined by its blemishes. And if you want to bring more black people to Vermont, well, they've always been welcome here if they want to come work and farm here. Maybe not by everybody because we've had exceptions, but mostly everybody knows that's true and still is true. So do we want to bring urbanism to Vermont? Is that what we're trying to do? Do we want to bring people from outside of here to tell us how horrible we are, to give them high-paying jobs, and so they can scoff at us and scorn us and look down at us? Because that's what a majority of our progressive legislature is doing, and the evidence is in. So please investigate what's going on in one of the few remaining vestiges of a true agricultural community in North America, and there are very few in Europe as well, depending on your definition. But we like to be self-reliant. We like to raise food, and we welcome others to come do so, not tell us how stupid we are for doing it. Thanks for listening. And remember, nothing sweeter than Vermont liberty.